What's up, everybody? This is Keisha from Put Your Phone Down podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for every share, every compliment, every inbox I have received. And if you have a small business, if you have any type of business, and you would like for me to highlight you in any type of way, I definitely would. Without further ado, I want to let you all know with each and every guest, I have a big garden and I pick out my flowers and I give them to my guests. And with this particular guest, we met many years ago and she greeted me with a big smile and these beautiful high cheekbones. And we met basically at a modeling opportunity. And when I found out who she was in her bio, the fight that she had within her to create a space in the modeling world where it wasn't a lot of people who was fighting for that space. And I love the fact that she told me, look, I went in and I served it. Within this, she found her confidence. And I admire somebody who has as much drive as she has. She located in Atlanta and also had to overcome a few things, but she still managed to stand out in the crowd, get her confidence up, and it's never changed. And so whenever I see her, it is much respect to her because she deserves it. This woman has walked in a lot of shoes that I would not have. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to my girl, Tammy Davis, Miss Curves in the Street. So Tammy, we sitting up here talking about your bio and just how dope you are. You know, all of the goals that you have smashed and the goals that you are smashing. I want to know though, who is little Tammy? You know, we see all this self-confidence that you have. Let me know how you got there.
Well, I will say that it has definitely been a journey that, of course, I'm still on. That long as there's breath in my body, um, this confidence that I do have and that I do display now, I will say I have not always had it. But for one thing, I've always have had a dream. I've always, hope or desired. Um, and I've been blessed with a vision. So um, that a scripture in the Bible said we walk by faith and not by sight. Is just one of the many scriptures that kind of I lean on to help guide me through this journey. Um, and I will say, I first made the to step into this Tammy that I am in today is that I was in living in Atlanta, Georgia back in 2006. Um, I actually had just had a miscarriage. I was pregnant with twins. Unfortunately, I went into pre-labor, early labor. Had given birth to my twins. It was a boy and a girl, and they did not make it because they both were born at under a pound. Um, so of course, after that experience, I had went into a deep depression. Of course, because I was, me and my family, I had accepted the pregnancy. Me and my family was excited that I was a child with twins, and then to the fact that I had to give birth to my twins and they did not live was very devastating. Of course, at that time, I went to depression and I just needed to. I know I just didn't want to stay stuck in that place. I know what had happened to me, I felt like wasn't fair, but I had to get to a place where I accept God's will and God's timing. So once I started kind of getting myself back together, picking up the pieces to go to move forward with my life, um, I had was walking through the mall and I seen this like they were having auditions. I saw a sign saying looking for like plus size models. So I just inquire about the company that was doing like a little mall talent search that they were doing inside that mall. I registered. I got selected to be one of the plus size models, and just that experience. I modeled in a runway show in Cumberland Mall in Atlanta, Georgia, and the response that I received from just walking down a runway was very and powerful. It was very powerful. So from that, I would say was the first I really stepped outside of my comfort zone, far as moving towards building my confidence.
This story is amazing. Like, first off, I'm sorry about your babies. You never know what anybody is going through because, of course, when we see each other, I'm always greeted with this big, beautiful smile and this caring and warm spirit of asking how I'm doing, and
Right,
so,
right.
just kind of like, and I know it wasn't easy to pull yourself up. So that boosted this confidence in you to just step on basically another platform. So in your bio, I noticed that you went on a few auditions and things of that nature.
Mhm,
So I've always heard that world can get a little ugly and
mhm,
grimy and they real cutthroat. Can
mhm.
you let me know what this is like, the audition process of getting on these platforms?
Oh, well, definitely what all you just mentioned, the cutthroat, griminess, all the above. But what I'm learning, now that I've gotten a little, I wouldn't say older, a little bit more mature, um, no matter what industry you're in, you're gonna deal with different personalities, different spirits, different motives. So it's definitely best for you to stick to who you are, know your worth, um, and keep your eye looking straight ahead to whatever your goal and your vision is, because I'm going to tell you, it's going to be distractions. It's going to be a person or I would say a spirit that may not like where you're heading, or may,
Mm.
as you say, there are jealous spirits in the atmosphere that could see that you're very focused and doing what you need to do to get towards your goals. And a lot of people, instead of just maybe asking, what are you doing, or seeing if how may I be of help to help that I can maybe help me learn from you. You have to just really know what be intentional. So of course, working when I got into modeling, of course, that's dealing within the fashion arena. And then another layer on that is I was a plus size model. So that is another arena that at times can, um I would say that because plus size modeling has not it has evolved now in this day of age from when it first started. Of course, I pay homage to a lot of plus size models that are in the mainstream media that have definitely paved the way for models like myself, and other girls that who don't even have to be a model, or um, just a young girl that's has a different body shape or body size, um, growing up, through teenage, going through puberty, um, just not feeling like they fit in. Of course, with media, for the longest, we were always presented with models that were um, a size 6 or a size 8. We rarely seen people that look like ourselves in the mainstream media. But I will, accredit the plus size industry for, having models and companies and organizations that have paved the way for that, so that we can have more representation and more size diversity to now. But the only thing is, I will say, because of the fact in the plus size arena, because opportunities were so limited, it was at one point um, a, I would say, just a culture that had kind of birthed out of that, where people were willing to do anything to try to get in that limelight. And when I say anything, they would take advantage of you. They would mislead you. They would just throw any type of opportunity to you, and just think because you're a plus size model that you just supposed to settle for that. So I will say, when I was in first started my plus size journey and entering into modeling and acting, I had to waver through a lot of that. And sometimes I was able to dodge it, and sometimes I was hit in situations where it just really had to be a learning lesson for me. So in that, like I said, it's a journey. I have no regrets, because even those tough times and situations and circumstances that I did have to go through, it just made me a better person. And as the person, Tammy, the Tammy that you see now, this Tammy, has, have learned, and I'm still learning. And once you show me your colors one time, look, it only takes one time for me. I just know, okay, I know how to move in a different direction the next time.
Yeah, yeah, you said a whole word. I want to let you know, okay? You low key took me to church. I think you know that, but I'm receiving what you're putting out, okay? I'm receiving what you're putting
It's a journey, sis. It's a journey.
out. It is a journey. And speaking of this journey and the things that you have experienced, I want to get into this calendar because this one that you have coming up 2024, I didn't think that you could like outdo 2023, but 2024 look like it's about to be a big deal. So I mean, tell me what got you into this market right up in here, because this is a killer right here.
Well, let's say, I mean, I got into doing my own calendar. Now, first, I won't take credit all on my own. I was blessed with the opportunity to be featured in a calendar when I was doing plus size modeling. There was a young lady that's I think she's still located in Atlanta, Georgia. Her name is she goes by the name of Miss Diva Curves. Um, Her real name is Francie, but she is a very well known plus size model, social media personality, and she had started her own calendar. I would say this was.
So we sending shout outs. So what's her name? Frenchie?
Francie.
Francie.
Yeah, her first name is Francie. I can't remember her last name. Please forgive me, Francie. But her Instagram name, personality name is Miss Diva Curves.
We go give shout out to her. So, okay,
So
you featured in the calendar.
Yeah, so that was my first introduction to being inside a calendar as a plus size model, feature as a model. So I had that experience. Like I said, that was back in 2016. But how I am now doing my own calendar, it really this was stemmed from after the pandemic. So of course we had the COVID outbreak. So back that was back in 2020. During that time, I was working full time at DCS here in Indiana. So shout out to my DCS crew. I was a case manager. I had just relocated back to Indiana, and I specifically have relocated back home here in Gary, Indiana, because my parents were still here. I had taken on the responsibility to be a caretaker and help assist my mom with my dad, who was battling illness at that time. Just being a full-time case manager, being a caretaker, and then that during that time I was in a long-term relationship, which at that time I thought would later lead to marriage, but that didn't. So I was going through a lot at that time, and I would tell you, the breaking was in this relationship. Me and the guy, we were talking, and he was talking about marriage, and he was like, "Yeah, I've been looking at rings. I'm gonna get you a ring, whoop de doop." And he was like, "I just need you to lose 15 pounds, and then I'll get you a ring." I looked at him. I was like, What did you just say?" He was like, I love you, la da 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 da, but just lose 15 more pounds, and then I'll get you a ring." So, needless to say, I looked him in his face and I said, "F you and your ring." Um, Clearly, if you cannot accept how I look, accept me who I am right now in this present moment, then you're not even worthy of accepting me in my future. So what make you think I will settle for that? So uh yeah, I had to have those words, but of course I was heartbroken because, like I said, this is someone I had spent my time with, and uh I'm gonna tell you, I've always been a plus size woman, so it's not like I was a size 8 when he met me. It wasn't nothing like that. So I'm like, okay, you met me. I might be a probably 10 pounds a little heavier, yeah, right now, but come on. So yeah. So I say God prepares you for things. Now, thank God, I was always already a woman that was working on her confidence and building her confidence. That situation, I would say any other woman, I can't judge, but it probably might have crushed that woman. If
Mhm.
she was not confident within herself and knew her worth and her value. Thank God I had already been working on my confidence where I knew my worth and I knew my value and I knew that I didn't have to settle for that. And I did not settle for that. So, yeah. um I was already, had my battles with depression, but his this is where the confidence calendar was birthed from, honestly. It was writing notes to myself to reaffirm who I am, my value, my worth, and to encourage me to keep going and to not settle and to know that I'm worthy of every dream, every vision that I have. I can achieve those dreams. It just takes a little discipline, but I can achieve those dreams. So I would say it was all God. Really can't take credit because, like I said, he gave me the inspiration to write these encouraging notes to myself, and then I kept hearing in my spirit a calendar, and I was like, okay, God, what are you trying to tell me? He was like, put the notes, the messages in the calendar. So, confidence calendar was birthed in 2021. Here we now in 2023, getting ready to go into 2024. I had no idea that um, it would be life changing, and it still is life changing. Now, I'm not selling millions of calendars, but I do feel like I'm on my way. I'm just going to put that out in in the universe. But after I released my very first calendar in 2021, I didn't have no budget. This was all self financed, and I literally used what I had. I reached out to a graphic designer, I reached out to a photographer, and I just started from literally what I had. After I released my very first calendar, I had gotten such positive feedback and response of the messages that people said that, encouraged them and motivated them. It just gave me the confidence to keep going. It really boosted my confidence, and it still is. It's like an ongoing work that's been happening from this calendar. So after 2021, I created the 2022 confidence calendar, and a lot of the customers that brought my first calendar, they was hitting me up saying, "Okay, are you? When's the next calendar? Like, is the 2022 calendar ready? Like, count me in." And then it just started from there. So 2023 we created the calendar, and now we're going to my fourth year of creating the confidence calendar, and I'm enjoying this journey. I'm having fun with it. And I just think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Man, you definitely are. I have to say, the circumstances behind the scenes. I really wish we could stretch this because I believe you just getting started. The meat and potatoes is out, but I believe that you are a woman who you a whole meal. Just lay you out and you got so much going on. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know what goes on behind a smile. Because I do just have to say, and I'll repeat it every time I see her, it's a bright smile, high cheekbones, and we sitting up there laughing, okay, at our own little jokes. When I tell you all, I haven't known her for long, but I know it's been times we done looked at each other like we've been the best of friends and took off a laugh.
Yes. It's always fun times when we link up.
It is. It is.
Always.
And this has been honestly another dream come true because I know we always say we go link up and you gave us a journey or just a ride through what it took, and yours is just basically a lot of pain in there, but
Hmm.
you have come on through light shining like the diamond that you are, you know, and that is worthy to be praised and is worthy to be bragged about because like you said, it ain't too many women, all right, that bro, I met you with all this Charlie.
Come
Like
on now.
it ain't like I met you at a buck 15 and I gained a buck 15. Bro,
Right.
you where I met you,
Right.
and it would be a slap in the face. And so for that is like you said, preparation, because after preparation comes making room,
Yes.
so we making room for 2024. We never know
Yes.
in store, but we go
We
be marking off that calendar, right?
Yes, yes, we are making room. And I just have to say this, Keisha, like I can't take all the praise. I give all praise, all glory to God.
Absolutely.
I'm one that I don't try to spring religion on people, but if you do ask me how I did it, I will definitely tell you it's all God. is from having a prayer life. I will tell you, I'm not a Bible scholar, but I encourage anyone to get you some scriptures, know some
Mm-hmm.
scriptures out that Bible, and stay with it.
That's
One of
right.
my scriptures that I learned early on when I actually was in high school was in Philippians 4 and 13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that scripture always stuck with me. But as I've matured and gotten older, I was like, that's a confidence scripture within itself. Because if you're saying you can do all things, like, who's going to stop you? You
That's
have
right.
the strength of the Lord. So, just having that as my foundation, that's what keeps me going.
And that is, you right, the leaning on him, because it's
Yes,
just like you said, you go have the weapons formed, but they
yes,
will not prosper. That's what people need to understand. You
that's
go have
correct.
everything that you mentioned at the beginning. The
Right.
people who don't have the best intentions, the people that will tell you what they want to tell you to get to, what they
Yes,
want,
yes,
but are they winning?
right.
Did they win? Those were the weapons formed, but did they prosper? No, you saw through it.
Yep,
You moved through it accordingly. And
yeah,
now here you are, to just kind of like speak about this.
yeah.
Um, where can we get these calendars? What's going on with that? I keep bugging you about Curves in the Street. Is it any more events coming up with that? Where can we find you at?
Oh, catch me in these streets, girl.
She
Sis-
outside.
right, I'm outside. Just gotta catch me though. But but seriously, I will say this year, I had my challenges. Of course, I was a caretaker for my dad. And this year, 2023, his health started to decline very drastically. So, my dad ended up passing away back in August. Rest in peace to
Mm,
my father.
yeah.
So that took a lot out of me. I will say that was a blow, but each day, I'm picking myself back up. Me and my family, we're very close knit, so we're just sticking through this together.
Hmm.
We're gonna keep his memories living and lasting forever, and um, just taking it one day at a time. So, I really wasn't sure if I was going to release the calendar for next year because I'm like, guy, I mean, come on. At some point, sometimes I would say, you want to be in your feelings. Like, don't bother
Hmm.
me. I don't want to talk to nobody. But
Hmm.
when God has deposited so much in you, like, you really can't just sit still. I know that by me sharing my story, it is helping someone else. So that keeps me going as well.
You know what? I don't mean to chop into your interview, but I do want to add on to what you said. So, a couple days ago, I wasn't feeling my best,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know what? Nope. Mm-mm. So I felt like, okay, let me go to Burger King, right?
Mhm.
I get to Burger King, I order something, and there's this lady with this most just joyous, joyful personality, beautiful blue eyes. And when I tell you, she just changed it up, right? And we
Okay.
started talking. She handed me a crown out the window. And, I said, you know what? I just want you to know. I said, your spirit is contagious. And I said, you just have a beautiful personality. And as I'm pulling off, I'm like, if I would have just stayed in my funk, I wouldn't have been able to even experience
Mhm.
that. You
Yep.
know, we can get down and out, but we all have an assignment to fulfill. We all
Yes.
have something to offer this world. And I would have missed out on that moment,
All right.
if I just would have continued to kind of stay in my own head. So I just want to first off, express my condolences to you and your family. I know that this is rough, but as strong as you all band together,
Right.
man, you will always feel that love. Just looking through the pictures, I'm like, that was a well-loved man right there.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And I mean that lets you know if you don't know anything else, a father's love, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So I just needed to chime in for a minute, but I'm gonna let you wrap it on up. I'm sorry about that.
Oh no, sis, you're good. I appreciate that. But yeah, I like I said, we was definitely blessed. I was blessed with a great dad. So I'll leave it at that. May he continue to rest in peace. But
Mhm.
yeah, at one point I thought I wasn't gonna be able to do the calendar, but like I said, perhaps I know I got an angel in heaven that's looking after me. So something has motivated me that I cannot quit. Like quitting is not an option. So um, thank God I'm not doing this by myself, with the help of the Lord. And as well, I'm grateful for a supportive family and friends like you, that have always helped me out when I needed help, even if you're just sharing a flyer or a social media post. I am very thankful for it all. So it takes a team, and
Mhm.
I'll say the team, we all committed to this. So yes,
So
ma'am.
so Tammy, I want you to just wrap up with telling people all things Tammy once again. Um, what's your IGs and where can we find you? You're on LinkedIn, OnlyFans. Where you at? Where can they find?
I think I'm on everything else except OnlyFans. I need to tap into the
You?
OnlyFans. Why not? But definitely, you can find me on all your social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Hit me at Curves in the Streets. And that's Curves like it sounds, CurvesInthenTheStreets. Curves in the Streets. Also hit. Yep. And I am on LinkedIn as well. So if you don't find me at Curves in the Streets, everything else is Tammy Davis. You can find me. I am a certified confidence coach as well. So yeah, that's where you can find me in these streets.
So this is where we can find Tammy, you guys. Follow her story, follow her journey. Just know, like she said, you keep God first and all these other things, he's going to fight them for you. And if you don't believe me, I want you to listen to this young lady's story. You know God is all up in here if she can still talk about it. And this woman is not somewhere in a padded room. Now, I'm not even being funny when I say that. So, you guys, I am on episode 24 and I wouldn't be without you all. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Just thank you for everything. And till next Wednesday, I will see you guys. Thank you and be well to one another. This is Keisha from Put Your Phone Down podcast. Have a good one, y'all.
Thank you as well, Miss Keisha.